Zach's shattered world. In the vast expanse of the Zephyrus space station, young Zach found solace in his alien pet, Nexi. With iridescent fur and playful eyes, Nexi was more than a companion. It was a piece of home in the unfamiliar realm of interstellar travel. Zach and Nexi were inseparable, their bond a beacon of light amidst the cold, metallic corridors. But darkness loomed in the form of Krylos, the alien Zookeeper. With a sneering face and a heart as black as the void of space, Krylos harbored a deep hatred for humans, seeing them as inferior beings unworthy of the wonders Zephyrus had to offer. One fateful day, as Zach and Nexi explored the station's artificial gardens, Krylos confronted them. His eyes gleamed with malice as he towered over the boy and his pet. In a swift, cruel motion, Krylos snatched Nexi from Zach's arms, his grip tightening around the helpless creature's delicate form. Zach's screams echoed through the garden as Krylos callously ended Nexi's life, tossing the lifeless body aside like discarded refuse. Grief and rage consumed Zach, his world shattered by the loss of his beloved companion. As tears streamed down his face, a dark and primal desire for revenge took root in his broken heart. The forbidden sector. Blinded by anguish and fury, Zach fled into the depths of Zephyrus, his feet carrying him to the station's forbidden sectors. Whispers of the ancient secrets hidden within had always piqued his curiosity, but now they called to him like a siren's song, promising power and retribution. Zach navigated the dimly lit corridors, evading security drones and skirting restricted areas. His determination grew with each step, the memory of Nexi's lifeless form etched into his mind. Finally, he reached an ancient, sealed chamber, its doors adorned with cryptic alien glyphs. Without hesitation, Zach breached the chamber, the doors hissing open to reveal a cavernous room bathed in an eerie, pulsating light. At the center, an alien artifact floated in a containment field, its surface shimmering with an otherworldly energy. Driven by raw emotion and a desperate need for vengeance, Zach reached out and grasped the artifact, unleashing an ancient power that had lain dormant for eons. The entity awakens. As Zach's fingers closed around the artifact, a surge of energy coursed through his body, filling him with an intoxicating sense of power. The ancient entity within, known as Azrael, stirred from its slumber, its consciousness merging with Zach's own. Azrael sensed the boy's pain and rage, the emotions resonating with its own long-forgotten desires for vengeance. In Zach, it found a kindred spirit and a vessel through which to unleash its wrath upon the universe once more. With Azrael's power flowing through him, Zach began a rampage through Zephyrus, his eyes blazing with an otherworldly light. The station's inhabitants, both alien and human, fled in terror as Zach tore through the corridors, his sights set on finding Krylos and making him pay for Nexi's death. Alarms blared and security drones swarmed, but nothing could stand against the combined might of Zach and Azrael. The once peaceful space station became a battleground, the very foundations shaking with the force of their fury. Chaos unleashed. Krylos, realizing the severity of the situation, rallied the station's security forces to confront Zach and the entity that possessed him. Armed with advanced weaponry and shielded in high-tech armor, they stood as the last line of defense against the rampaging duo. Zach and Azrael carved a path of destruction through the station, their shared rage fueling their unstoppable advance. The security forces fought bravely, but they were no match for the raw power that coursed through Zach's veins. As the battle raged on, the station's inhabitants watched in horror, their lives thrown into chaos by the actions of one grieving boy and the ancient entity he had unleashed. The once vibrant halls of Zephyrus were now filled with the sounds of screams, the scent of burning metal, and the sight of utter devastation. Krylos, desperate to end the rampage, confronted Zach directly, his eyes filled with a mix of fear and resolve. In a climactic showdown, they clashed, the fate of Zephyrus hanging in the balance. A glimmer of hope. Amidst the chaos and destruction, a voice called out to Zach, cutting through the haze of rage and pain. It was Eva, his closest human friend on Zephyros, her eyes filled with tears and her heart aching for the boy she once knew. Eva pleaded with Zach, reminding him of the person he truly was beneath the influence of Azrael. She spoke of the times they had shared, the laughter and the dreams they had whispered in the quiet moments between the stars. She urged him to remember Nexi, not as a symbol of loss, but as a beacon of the love and compassion that had always defined Zach's spirit. As Eva's words washed over him, Zach felt a flicker of his former self resurface, a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness that had consumed him. Memories of Nexi's gentle touch and playful antics flooded his mind, and with them, a realization of the path he had chosen. With a tremendous effort of will, Zach began to fight against Azrael's influence, his human spirit clashing with the ancient entity's malevolent presence. It was a battle of the mind and soul, a struggle for control over his very being. Slowly, painfully, Zach turned Azrael's power against itself, harnessing the energy that coursed through him to engage the entity in a mental duel unlike any the universe had ever seen. The power of a human heart. In a climactic struggle that shook the very foundations of Zephyros, Zach pitted his human ingenuity and willpower against the ancient might of Azrael. It was a battle of wills, a test of the strength that lies within the human heart. With each passing moment, Zach drew upon the memories of Nexi, the love of his friends, and the unbreakable spirit that had carried humanity to the stars. He channeled these emotions, these quintessential human qualities, into a force that even Azrael could not withstand. In a blinding flash of light, Zach emerged victorious, the ancient entity banished back into the depths of the artifact from whence it came. The station fell silent, the chaos subsiding as the inhabitants emerged from their hiding places, their eyes wide with awe and disbelief. Krylos, humbled by the display of human resilience and the depths of Zach's love for Nexi, approached the boy, his head bowed in respect. In that moment, a new understanding was forged between them, a recognition of the strength and beauty that resided within the human spirit. Together, Zach and Krylos resolved to honor Nexi's memory, to build a new era of unity and cooperation between humans and aliens on Zephyros. They stood side by side, a testament to the power of forgiveness and the unbreakable bonds that could be forged in the face of even the greatest adversity. As the story of Zach and Nexi spread throughout the station, it became a legend, a tale of love, loss, and the indomitable human spirit. And in the heart of every human on Zephyros, a fire was kindled, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope and strength could be found within. For Zach, the memory of Nexi would forever be a guiding light, a symbol of the power that resided within him and within all of humanity. And as he looked to the stars, he knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, the human heart would always find a way to triumph. The end.